Welcome back to the NDS. We are here at race 5 at Watkins, Glen. Take a quick look at qualifying everybody up and down the board. And without further ado, let's get right into it. That one racer, our pole sitter for the race. As the pace car is in, it's a nice sunny day. See those two restart zone lines. Coming up to the green flag is out. Cheez-It 355 at the Glen. King making an early 3-wide move. That's going to be tough to stick. Not sure what the 7's plan is, but Jerry gets the launch out to the lead early. Blasta 4th behind Kyle D, running 3rd. The 8 car having himself a hell of a season so far. Later back out to the latter end of the top 10. Krugermeyer and such got a lot of good battles behind so far. The 2 moving up the track. Gotta get the 52 peeking room, but he's out front now. Bessel, the plate track king. Not sure if he's really feeling lost at the road courses, but it doesn't look like he's handling so hot. Blasta peaking for 2nd. And looks like he's going to get it here. The 6 on the move. '77 to Misty Viper just keeping track of having a good day, I guess. Not really sure how to word that. 77's been pretty mad consistent though. One pretty bad finish at Castle Gorge, but he's been great so far. The 52 and the 51 side by side through the long carousel. You see mid-pack is where you have a lot of fun battles. Not sure if it's going to be a case where the leader gets a little bit too strung out there, but Jerry seems to be laying the law of the land quite early. The 52 dropping though. Did I see King side by side there? No, that was Racer trying to get back at the 6. They're not letting the 34 get away too hard despite their side by side racing. For 2nd as Racer comes dangerously close, sliding all the way up to take that position. Let's watch this out. See if the 6 has anything back for him. It's like watching them go through here. You have to crank it right and then slide it left. Don't go too wide. And not like 2 as in number 2, like 2 as in too far. Duke having a bit of difficulties with the road course racing. Probably just poor qualifying position, but taking fire from the 22 Azents isn't exactly the best start here. Vet Nation is another driver trying to pull himself up from far back. I think I see some more side by side there. Misty and RS going in earlier. Cade and CS Fastlane 11 getting a little dangerous with it, but Cade takes a position. Now the 5 next up for passing Misty. Yeah, I see CS winging it back out around Cade. But Cade holds in defensive stance there. Mizzou lost in the high side of the carousel. As well as Ladion, kind of just in the middle of this little fight here. Yeah, go a little longer on fuel than normal here, so it'd be interesting to see what they do if the green flag stays out for a little bit longer. Oh, looks like Ace was all over the back of the 9. How's the lead fight looking? I think Jerry's still holding strong. Blasto Racer still going for second place though. Whoa, they're just all over each other. I think the 6 has a pretty strong case for a victory lane today. And the 21 looking to get a good run off the corner. As you do if someone makes a mistake in front of you. Like, Racer's trying to hang it in there. I just don't think he has as good of a car as you would want, especially back in Little Ways traffic. Jerry off the wall from 11 and Blasto rockets to the lead. Don't want to make a mistake in the final corner. You can really fuck up a good day like that. Still plenty of time to get the ship under control. Let's just see Kate in the background going a little wider than expected. RS and Krugermeyer, though, side by side through the S's. You usually don't want to do that, but they seem to respect each other, knowing that if they both race too hard, then they'll end both their days. As now Jake having second place, or at least trying to get to it. Racer back to 5th, even getting passed by King. King is just in a position where he just wants to work for a win. The amount of times King has been pretty close to a win or some good race getting ruined for him is unbelievable. Really thought he'd have his day, but seems like the 6 is going to be running away with this one for now. There's a couple new hires, if you're not seen in the leaderboard. 12 Jambalaya after DNQing Talladega. He's here. Not really doing his best. And Caddy King. He's back. He's relieving the 15 of Tank Gunner, who is not in this race. It's currently, the jury's out on whether or not the 15 will return as of now. But no need to worry. I didn't expect any of those guys to make serious threats for a playoff run. Born Ready's just having a very mediocre car. It's not something that, like, if any week you want to have a car rather mediocre, now is not the time, because the points are looking incredibly thin across the board. So if any time to bring out your A game, it's probably now. Duke getting that pass on the 17. And Arn and Vent going side by side through 1. Take a look at the lead margin. Yeah, Blasta has pulled that really far now ever since Jerry made the mistake. And Jerry is kind of just hanging in 3rd. A lot of drivers hanging there. Jerry really using up those curbs, much to the annoyance of King. RS is really coming to his own. This whole group here has decent competitive speed, but I think they're just getting tactically smoked by the 6, mainly because they're battling each other, as RS has to pick off another car, this time the 99 of that one racer. The 48 of Bassell has just kind of been hanging out. And Hyper has a lot of traffic in front of him. Whoa. Yeah, pretty close. Pretty close with these cars. The draft distance usually determines how many car lengths back a car is, and if you set that pretty low, then they can get real close. But if you set too low, they'll actually try getting into each other. The AI adjustments are universal. Not one driver can be a single asshole. But saw that giant group. There's actually kind of been a breakaway for 2nd through 6th. Jake, Jerry, King, Kyle, and RS are all having a time. About coming to the 1/3 mark. Still green. Toad looked like he came really close off that corner as we have a caution. Alright, let's just see what all the commotion was about. It looked like as soon as I called Toad out, he could have been the catalyst there. Actually, he wasn't even a part of it. It was Born Ready. 37. Like, I know he's trying to get everything he can off the corner, but you can't really run into other cars, man. And then he just slams his car straight into a horde of barrels. Thank goodness I don't have to clean that up. God. I was going to make a joke about that Daffy Duck video. I slammed my penis in the car door. But I don't have any funny material, so if anyone else can make that joke, that'd be fine. Born Ready, clearly DNFing this race. No shot. Alright. Oh, they did an entire another lap under speed. Okay. So the pace car is here. Yeah, the pit window is like 15-ish laps, so I expect everyone to come in as they are. Everyone's in. And you're thinking, where the fuck is Born Ready? Yeah, he's out. Cold hard out. Alright. So through the divine miracle of green flag pitting, it's Jake, Blasta, RS, Hyper, Racer, Kyle D, Bassell, Ladion, King, and CS are top 10. Got all that? No? Well, fuck you. The point is, everything's just a little bit different, and we're going to have a single file restart back to the green. Well, everyone seems to be taking turn 1 quite nicely. Everyone's all single file, so it's kind of difficult to start some shit, but I imagine that there will definitely be no shortage of on-track shit to look at. Racer going for the move on Hyper. Take a look at this. Give him the inside. He still got me. Oh, hell you gonna do about it? The 8's a little high on the track. Not sure if he's gonna left door 2 open for Bassell there. Actually, what the hell happened to the 38 of Volley? Did they go 3 wide? They look like they're about to go 3 wide. Zens, KSS, and Steve are going to drive this 3 wide off a cliff as Duke is headed to pit road in front of them. Oh, how did they not fuck that up? Well, holy shit. Blasta and RS Fastlane 11 battling for second place. Blasta got that speed though. I don't see you beating him, but with those two fighting, unless the 21 kind of run this out. And now a word about our sponsor, Cheez-Its. I've never had Cheez-Its. I don't even like Cheez-Its. But they're like a cheesy type cracker thing. It's like cheese flavored, but they're not like overly cheesy dusted like Cheetos, are they? Some shit like that. I just chose Cheez-It 355 because that IRL Watkins Glen race used to be sponsored the same way. You can even see the start finish stand having that Cheez-It logo on it. So I guess it all makes sense in the end. If you like a cheesy cracker type snack, you can get Cheez-Its. And now back to the race, as RS Fastlane 11 has made the pass for second place. Jake still running this one out. Speaking of drivers who really like this track, where's the 77? He's just a little ways outside the top 10. Not terrible. Our current points leader sits 15th. And Vent Nation looked like he tried to open a pass on volley. It didn't quite go according to plan. Zent's looking kind of dangerous back there. As Vent Nation still trying to get that 38. Jerry's back here as well. I guess the crew took their time getting that left side repaired at a bit of track condition cost. Unfortunately, yeah, wondering when they restarted. Can they make it to the end from here? I'm assuming they'll all either pit or not under caution. Well, no shit, that's how cautions work. 5 head. Oh yeah, by the way, Blaster got second place back, so I guess the battle for second's really taking off. But if that's the case, how will we ever get to Jake? Now, if you're a fan of the 21, you just say there's no need to pass him, which is a pretty obvious thing to do if you're rooting for him. But if you're a fan of other drivers working their way up, you'd really want them to just make a move on this fucking 21. It's like they got to get up there to try to set it up. It's not the easiest shit in the world. As Hyper had a little slide off the corner, but it looks like he'll hold position, holding off the 8 of Kyle D. RS Fastlane 11 all over the 6. Like you may be frustrated in not passing him, but at least you guys not being side by side is kind of reeled in this 21 car, I will say. So I guess you could use your opponents as more like friends with intangibles. And then you could backstab them once they've outlived their usefulness to you, I guess. How the fuck does that in the mid-century gonna look like? You're just looking at him like, come on, do something. Oh, Jake, very hard in the wall. And just like that, Jake slips back to 4th as Blasta back in the lead. Blasta has that intimidate button in his car. I mean, I'm not going to lie, I'm kind of scared of him too sometimes. Hooey, Racer taking a stab at second and succeeding at that point too. 21's not over yet. Looks like he's going to try to get some kind of I don't know, can you draft at Watkins, Glen? Save a little gas by being behind these guys. Get the draft. Save the fuel. Eat the child. What the fuck? Yeah, we're nearing the 2/3 mark, and this is one of the weirder broadcasts I've had, but no skin off my nose. RS has got to figure out a way to get back at this 99. Ladion with a little bit of a long slide into a short wall. Ladion's kind of embraced 6th place though, so it's not terrible for him. Take a look at cars just going up this little track here to see. Just take a look at where your guy is, how much progress they have left to go. Jerry's quite a ways back. There's a pretty big gap from Italian Bum. What happened? That's for 33, and it's just so long to Arn, who's running 24th. All the front row guys are here. Jerry, Toad, Volley. 3's a crowd. And 4 is a pipe dream. Ladion just really using up that corner to its fullest extent. This might come back to bite him in the ass. As if you use that corner up too hard, he'll just be being sent dummy into a whatever stupid spin you got going on board with the RS. This actually looks kind of clean, this little onboard here. Just trying to catch these two. Like, can the 51 make it to victory lane is a question we've asked ourselves so long. Looks like the top 2 are kind of in their own battle here. Racer going to take a stab at the lead. And the 99 has cleared the 6 of Blasta for this lead. As that's happening, taking a look back at the latter half of the top 10, seeing those side-by-side action. Going on. Vet Nation is just slow ascent through the field. Like, Vet Nation has a good car, but there's one thing that's against him is just time. Couldn't tell you what happens next. What I could tell you is that it's not over yet. Hyper hanging out, just having a top 5 day. Like, 5 and 5th. Huh, how funny. Blasto looking back at the 99. See what he's got going in the 1. Blasta going to have the inside going into 2. Can that be enough? The 6. Back out front. A little back and forth here. As Hyper taking a peek at 4th place. Just collecting points for the true test later in the season. But, God, this 5 is just so persistent right now. Looks like he almost lost his line there going into the carousel, but he's still hanging with Jake. Even as they enter turn 10, yes, the turns are counting the boot, which we don't run, but we could run later. And turn 11, settled back in line. Guess it wasn't meant to be. Turn 1 is such a popular passing zone. They're just alternating it in turn 1 right now. Blaster going a little wide there. Really loses it. A lot of momentum there. So that's going to be held up. RS Fastlane 11 makes contact, trying to make a lunge in the corner. It's like, 51 got desperate there and actually stifled a little bit of both of their speeds. So the 99 has kind of drugged this one out, so to speak. No one else anyone else having there? Well, the 17 of Ethan has crashed somewhere along the lines and out of the race. We'll get a post-race update with the 17, but he's out. I think Blasta still has what it takes to run up and get it from the 99, but I couldn't be sure. Kyle D and Bassell going side by side for 7th right now. Seems like the battle, like the drivers are fighting the track more than each other. Some of them are, at least. Hyper is still not sitting comfortably at all behind the 21. Like when the 21 kind of got a lick of the wall, it was just so painful watching all that position just piss away. And now you have all these drivers running down your tailpipe. I think Hyper, I'm not saying he could get it here because this next turn is really bad as the 51 goes in. I'm not sure if they can make it. Ladion in as well, so Kyle D getting a lot of wall off the turn. Yeah, the end. Huh. I didn't think we'd get another can you make it situation. I turned the pit rate down to 2x so they can have more on-track time. I think the first caution just lined up a little too well with Hole. I have an idea to try to save fuel till the end. As Hyper going for 3rd now. Oh, he's trying. It's just that he gets a little wide off into the bus stop. It's just that grass really doesn't do him any favors. I think Blast is going to try and back up his back it up here so he can try to make up time on his entry to pit road. No. Blasta Jake stay out, but others going in. Oh, tons of drivers coming in. Oh my lord. What is going on here? I think that's pretty much everybody. And Duke ain't that far off from where he is now, but so Duke actually is fine running where he is now. RS is fine as well. The issue is that it can Blasta and Jake, 2 to go. These two, 2 more laps compared to the majority of the field. I don't see it happening. I see you got 1 extra lap, but I don't see you getting 2 extra laps out of it. Second to last lap, Blasta is having himself a fine drive. They're both going to try and swing for the fences here. This is either going to be one of the greatest hits or one of the most epic fails we've ever seen. White for the 6. What did these two drivers do differently compared to everyone else? They pitted around the same time as the majority of the field, as Jake swung wide going into one there. Not sure, do they? Jake looks rather, I don't know, Jake looks slower than the 6. A lot slower, I mentioned. If they can run it down this straight, I think they're good. I don't know what these two did differently, but swing for the fences on fuel and you will reap the great rewards of victory lane as the 6 of Blasta wins at Watkins Glen. I have no words to describe what the fuck happened there. I mean, pretty spread out here. Once again, more frustration from the 51 camp, but they can hold their heads high knowing that they beat the 99. Duke, who was pretty much MIA the whole race, comes in for a top 5. And Vassell rounding out the top 10 here at the Glen today. No. Like, it wasn't like one driver made a stupid move onto pit road and costed himself good position. I mean, I guess those two drivers felt confident that they could make it. Something about the way they drove is what I'm guessing. I don't have any answers. Not sure if any old car could have done what they did, but it was an exciting race. It really was. Then also Shoppa is what the fuck happened to him? Can we get 17 car? Shoppa looked junked. This was a no call, by the way. It was pretty early in the proceedings. Italian bum had just junked the 17. He just ran it straight off into the grass, into the wall. He got a little bit of help from Italian bum, but bro, he just way off there. There was like an opening in the track back there, so it was like way off the racing line, so he just extracted the 17 and didn't really pay no mind to that. So, results are results. Congratulations to the 6 of Blasta and everyone else who feels like they did a good job, even if you're not doing so hot. And on that note, we will see you next time.